โบมีความสุขมากๆในวันปีใหม่นะคะร่ำรวยแข็งแรงสุขภาพดีลูกๆน่ารักทุกคนนะครับแล้วก็อย่าลืมวายน้องสาวด้วยนะ
อะไร12วน
อยู่ประเทศไทยไหมคะเนี่ยจำกัดอะไรอีกสวัสดีทุกคนค่ะ
งานอะไรไม่รู้เลยเลือกสีโดนทีไปทำเหลือยิงแก้วทียุเดี๋ยวไปไม่เดี๋ยวดีกว่าจะถ่ายรูปอีกเลยดูอะไรจะกินโคตรมาเลยถ่ายรูปใหญ่ยังเอาจริง
สวัสดีน้องอ้อยค่ะ
ถ่ายรูปถ่ายแล้วกูช่วยในนี้ช่วยกูไม่โดนแล้วกูไม่คิดเลยว่าจะช่วยไม่ช่วยแล้วไม่ดีเลย
ดาวสวัสดีค่ะวิกฤตอยู่ในไลฟ์ไหมคะวิกฤตมีเรื่องเล่าอีกแล้ววิกฤตเมื่อเช้าจำได้ป้าที่คนดู400กว่าพอดารานอนหลับใช่ป้าตื่นมาอีกรอบหนึ่งดารามาไลฟ์สดเตือนนโยบายความไม่ซื่อสัตย์อะไรก็ไม่รู้ว่าวิกฤตดาราเครียดเครียดอีกแล้วเขาดูอยู่ไหมวะไม่ได้ปักอะไรเลยนักปุ๊บไม่ถึง2 นาทีไม่ถึง1 นาทีเลยมันขึ้นเลยเสียดายรีพอร์ตหรือเปล่า
realise attract the hospitality building behind you as a shell. And same as the garage is an empty shell with a painted floor. The airplane, the seaplane turns up and then it transforms into what you can see.
It's amazing, really, the detail that goes into
ไปเที่ยวกับลูกสาวเป็นไงบ้างครับเมื่อคืนสนุก
these
มากค่ะ
mechanics, you know, they're well versed in what they've been doing. They've been doing it for years, and they know how to put those little bits together to complete the jigsaw to get those cars ready.
That was another controlled explosion. On the ground, I bring you the most important stories of our time. Now, I share them with you here.
A very warm welcome to the show, everyone.
Isa Suarez tonight, Tuesday through Saturday.
When you travel the world, make sure the world travels with you. Check in, log on, and get connected with all of the latest developments at your fingertips. CNN Partner Hotels, connected to your world.
올해는
วันนี้
올림픽으로
ไม่ใช่หนาวหรอกแม่
즐거워서
วันนี้แม่หนาวลูก
내년에는 저희 올림픽 즐겁고 행복한 한 해가 되셨으면 좋겠습니다. 매번 후회하지 않고 그 순간을 즐길 수 있는 한 해가 되시길 바라겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
I'm going to go in Nairobi, Kenya, and bet it's the end.
Hold on tight.
2024 was a crazy, reckless, risky ride with surprises at every turn, where every rough road led to another. And we're taking a look back at that long, strange trip with our panelists, Roy Wood Jr., Brianna Keeler, Boris Sanchez, Ken Locke, Omar Jimenez, Pamela Brown, and John Berman. It's all the best, all the worst 2024, coast to coast. Welcome, I'm Tom Foreman, and while every year is a unique journey, the past 12 months took us on an epically bumpy ride through big news, entertainment, sports, music, pop culture, and of course where we begin on the roughest road of all. The biggest, best, worst political story of the year was the titanic fight for the White House between sitting President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
Unbelievable.
This year was the year of battle.
Both sides felt like the other side represented the end of America, right?
He's done a good job. Well, what are you talking about? Worst reality. Even as bitter words flew between the oldest presidential candidates ever, polls showed most voters didn't like either choice.
It was the election that nobody asked for and everyone was getting, and they were getting it every day at full volume.
If this were a dating show, you'd want to walk off the set.
The twice impeached Trump rode in on an avalanche of legal cases over classified documents, election meddling, sexual misconduct, ordered to pay hundreds of millions for his misdeeds, and still stewing about his election loss in 2020.
A lot happened fast, and I can't even remember half the things that happened.
Former President Donald J. Trump convicted of 34 felony
charges.
Worst legal moment for the former president, being convicted for dozens of felony counts tied to hush money payments to a porn store.
As far as the trial itself, it was very unfair. Donald Trump is the first president I've ever seen who do the scandals didn't get elected. You did it wrong. You're supposed to get elected. Then you're running the scams.
But the GOP barely blinked. Trump blew through the field of would-be challengers and secured his party's nomination with ease.
Yeah, Republicans had every chance to change their course,
ค่ะน้องยอร์จ
and they didn't.
Biden had his own problems, concerned about his age, immigration, and inflation fatigue.
I'm from Kentucky, and I was talking to a lot of people from home who maybe didn't love Donald Trump, but they weren't happy about the prices at the grocery store.
The bottom line, the headwinds that Joe Biden was facing were
เลอ
just
ค่าค่ะ
huge.
We're live from Georgia, a key battleground state in the race for the White House.
Then came the worst debate for Democrats. While Trump rolled out a torrent of falsehoods, Biden sputtered, muttered.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare,
and teed up the best line of the evening for his opponent.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
My jaw dropped to the ground, and you knew right then that the shape of this race was going to change.
Take a look at what happened.
Before that could happen, a violent attempt was made on Trump's life in Pennsylvania, which left one person dead, 2 critically injured, and the
เขา
candidate
ดาวที่หาด
bloodied.
ป่าตองค่ะ
Tragedy set up a triumphant Republican National Convention. Under intense pressure amid bad polling, Biden dropped out.
America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate.
If someone had written that into a script, we as political journalists would say that's not how it works.
Just like that, Vice President Kamala Harris was the new Democratic nominee and her party's best chance for a do-over.
So there was this swell of excitement from pop culture. You know, Kamala is Brett, right?
As Trump stumbled,
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Harris rode rising polls, anger over abortion restrictions,
แม่เสือสาววันดี
and
ลู
she
ก
wrapped up big-name supporters eager to trump on Trump.
Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Kamala definitely had a lot of momentum. She had the money. She had the popularity.
Look, it was clear at the beginning that Donald Trump did not know how to run against Vice President Harris.
พี่คิดเป็นเซนทันมาเหรอ
Presidential debate, VP
พี่เบียร์เป็นเซนทันมาเหรอลูก
to the worst lie about immigrants.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
It's something that is such a trope that has been repeated so often in history about people of color that it was astonishing to hear it come out of his mouth.
I will appoint a real special prosecutor.
But Trump came storming back, flooding the campaign with fear and falsehoods while promising pardons for many January 6th rioters.
That was a day of love.
Suddenly past what officials say was a second assassination attempt, although the accused man denies it, and raging at anyone who backed Harris.
Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
Harris fought to the wire.
Doesn't have to be this way.
But it was a tall order to pull off a campaign in that amount of time.
So when you got to election night, really no one knew what was going to happen. It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris.
It didn't take long to find out. 4 years after losing the presidency, Trump reclaimed it. A feat not seen since Grover Cleveland in 1892.
There is something about him that speaks to America, and we have to understand that.
Republicans wronged, taking the Senate, holding the House, while critics howled about a conservative. What's more, when the popular vote was fully counted, it showed Trump won but he fell short of 50% and had one of the smallest winning margins in a half century.
That's going to bother him.
It's a clear victory. Stop using the word landslide.
Still, some Republican lawmakers are eager to do whatever the next president wants.
If Donald Trump says jump 3 feet high and scratch your head, we all jump 3 feet high and scratch our heads.
Even as the opposition braces to keep pushing back hard.
We will push back against far-right extremism whenever necessary.
Sit tight, we have so much more ahead, including the best movies and music, the perils of unlimited shrimp, and heads up!
It's launching!
Is that the new space race or another spate of UFOs? Keep your tray table up in your seatbelt mask
But I saw
and all the worst roars on.
รอเขาดาวกับดารานะคะได้เลย
Why wouldn't we want our children to fall in love with nature?
We don't have much years to make a difference.
Don't give up. Let's do it. You can make it. For the people, help and hope.
เขาดาวที่หาดป่าตองค่ะ สะกดอีกแล้วแฮปปี้นิวเยียร์ค่ะ
All Middle Earth knows the tale of the War of the Ring. But 200 years before that, there was an older tale.
I sat down and watched the film for the first time, and I just felt I was in a familiar world. I knew this world, and it felt so nice to be back. We didn't really want to go back and do another epic film in some way, and so I thought anime would be a really interesting way to return.
Tolkien, the more stories that we can get from that universe that he created, I think the better. I think Tolkien said, I've now created this universe. It's up to other artists with music and sound and vision to now create their own stories.
Nothing of war.
I pledge to fight for my king.
ทานข้าวยังแม่ทานแล้วลูก
Hello, I'm John Tommy and Happy New Year. I'm excited to look forward to the New Year's and hope all of you achieve your dreams and goals. Let's make 2025 the best year yet, full with cherished memories. We have 12 whole months. May all of your wishes and dreams come true in 2025. Love, Tony. Cheers.
Cheers.
Connections across Africa are reshaping business, creating opportunities like never before. On Connecting Africa, follow the network of deals, smart conversations, and people transforming business to bring the continent together.
This month, connecting Africa through fashion.
Every single African designer has a story to tell. That's what makes us different.
Connecting Africa, only on CNN, in association with Afrexim Bank.
In music, the best beats came from the Brats as Charlie XCX
เขาดาวหาดป่าตองค่ะ
dance.
That's like a thing, I take it.
No, I have no idea. I have like no idea.
Chapel Roan was smoking at the Video Music Awards. Ariana Grande kept cool.
ได้กี่ไม้แล้วครับที่นี่แรงเป็นคำถามที่แรงมากค่ะลูก
And Billie Eilish took flight again.
คำถามแรงมาก
Look, the pop women this year, I feel like really brought it.
Sabrina Carpenter not only had hits but also gets our award for the best tour for an artist not named Taylor Swift.
พี่เป็นว่ายน้ำหรือยังวันนี้พี่เป็นว่ายแล้วค่ะ
My daughter loves her.
ว่ายแบบแอบ
Enough with espresso.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
In rap, Kendrick Lamar gave the best beatdown to his old rival Drake.
It's a diss track, and it's a vicious one at that, and yet it has this amazing beat that you can dance to.
And he rolled out a surprise new album to the delight of fans.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know of anyone that had a better year musically than Kendrick Lamar.
It was a big year for country with hot hits from Shakuzi, Post Malone.
Post Malone was everywhere this year. 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 Post Malone was everywhere this year.
Bodies, Dead, Fontaine's DC, but we're calling Bleachers the best. There was just so much good music this year. The worst job is picking favorites, but make no mistake, the person on top of the pop throne it's still Taylor Swift. Breaking records, grabbing awards, making fans swoon over her romantic adventures.
It was so much fun to watch this budding romance, you know.
I mean, who would have never even heard of like the NFL until Taylor Swift came along?
And proving once again, it's good to be the queen. Let's turn now from gold records to the silver screen. Out in Hollywood, superhero flicks have dominated the box office for quite some time. But this year, the movies went in a cartoonish direction.
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future. You want to sit with us? These girls are so cool.
Inside Out 2 made more than $1 billion in less than 3 weeks. The fastest any animated movie has ever hit that milestone.
When I was a kid, where were the movies teaching us about our feelings?
And the list of top moneymakers was crowded with more of the same. The Minions reappeared in Despicable Me 4.
We need volunteers. Nice work, gentlemen.
There should be dozens of Despicable Me's as far as I'm concerned. Minions are always exciting.
You were chosen to become something more than you already are.
Kung Fu Panda showed off his moves again.
I'm done with the Kung Fu Pandas. Like, stop. Stop already.
This is a call from the ancestors to sail to new skies.
And Moana 2 rode the wave of animation fascination. The worst problem for many these days, movies cost a lot, and not everyone loves fans singing along.
This ain't karaoke. This ain't a concert. Shut your up. don't know why you are so greedy creating this one.
Big budget spectacles had their moments, including the long-awaited Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2, I can't wait to see, and I'm going to make it work because Gladiator 1 is my favorite movie of all time.
This is a form of power that our world has not yet seen. The ultimate power.
Best visuals. With breathtaking scenes and out-of-this-world action, the winner has to be Dune Part 2.
That's what you want. That's what you want. And for me, that is what defined my movie experience.
Deadpool and Wolverine managed to keep superheroes in the mix.
I had no idea how to save it alone, but you know how to save it.
Spoiler alert.
It turned out it was fairly violent.
ปีใหม่นี้เหงามากร
In
อเขา
straight
ดาวพร้อม
drama, the
แม่
worst anxiety
เลิศ
came from Civil War.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American.
It also had the best line of the year.
Okay. What kind of American are you?
It's really a Rorschach test for where you sit politically. What you see in it tells you more about yourself than the actual movie.
The last time those two met up was almost the end of Kong.
Of course, Godzilla and Kong raged again, and
sometimes the old ways are better than the new.
The bigger, better, faster
อยู่
sequel
ด้วยรอ
to
เขาดาว
the
พร้อมแม่
franchise
เลิศ
sunk in a huge
เหงา
drop.
จัง
I thought the plot was
เหงา
very
อีก
good.
แล้ว
I thought the special effects
คืนนี้ไปไหนกันลูกพี่เบล
The soundtrack was very
คืน
good.
นี้ไปไหนกันลูก
If I'm being honest with you though.
คืนนี้เซตอยุธยาไปไหนกันคะ
Come on, Mike, slow down.
Worst trend, if you haven't already noticed, the continuing dominance
กินอยู่บ้านเหรอ
Although, admittedly, follow-up films such as Bad Boys Ride or Die were huge hits.
ดื่มดิ้งอยู่บ้านเหรอ
For what happened, that boy still got it on screen.
Who's this Santa? He's scaring my kids.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
ฝากแฮปปี้นิวเอียร์ไอซ์กับออยด้วยนะลูก
Terrifier 3. All the Oscar watchers grabbed onto the substance.
ปาร์ตี้ที่บ้านก็เลิศนะ
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
In comedy, give a hand to The Fall Guy.
ฝากแฮปปี้นิวเอียร์ออยด้วยแล้วก็
No offense.
ไอซ์ด้วยนะแบบเลิศๆนะ
And Beetlejuice conjured up giggles too.
Feel free to express yourself. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Michael Keaton is a genius, and I enjoyed
นั่ง
watching it.
ทีวีค่ะ
Best magical moments. Wicked is the winner.
You have no real power.
That's why I need you.
Don't let her get away. This wicked witch.
And even with several movies making late Oscar bids, we've already picked a strong contender for Best Film.
This is a conclave, it's not a war.
It is a war. And you have to commit to a side.
Conclave is a modern masterpiece and a hit with people everywhere. The world of big news seemed almost cinematic this year, full of such drama and explosive events.
เมื่อคืนเห็นพี่ด้วยค่ะ ที่บางลาตัวจริงสวยมากขอบคุณค่ะ
Sports, the cutest lost penguin.
ขอบคุณนะคะ
And the fan favorite TV shows. It's all the best, all the worst. 2024.
Every day something surprises me. That's what I love about travelling. I'm passionate about using reclaimed materials. I'm looking for things that have got character. They don't have to be perfect, but they're going to be beautiful. When I'm stuck on an idea, sometimes it's as simple as going to a new place. I take inspiration from the people and the places I travel. The craftsmen blow me away. They've spent a lifetime to master what they do. The people of Hachimantai, their warmth shows through their hospitality, through their love of the outdoors. Meeting these people opens your mind to new things. I learn a lot from Japan. One day I'll pass on my knowledge to someone else.
안녕하세요. 우원재. 일단 이번 한 해 모두 수고 많으셨고요. 2025년에는 이번 해보다 훨씬 더
สวัสดีทุก
행복하고
คนนะคะเลยค่ะมา
잘 되도록 기도하겠습니다. 2025년을 기대하는 마음으로 해피 뉴 이어.
Hi, we are Voice of Africa. We wish everyone a healthy and happy New Year.
Bring in the new year around the world with correspondents in every city at midnight.
Hi, I'm Eileen Du.
Hi, I'm Taeyang.
Marie Kondo. I'm Naomi Watanabe.
This year
Something
marks 30
down.
years of Vivian Tam, the label. What is thrilling you the most?
The fact that I have a platform to trash my mother-in-law. Happy New Year, Sting.
Happy New Year to you.
People start singing your songs back to you.
That's terrific. Voice of Butterfly. You need to have more fun in your life.
Life is all about having fun.
แม่อ่านเม้นหน่อย
Vivian Tam. Catch me exclusively on New Year's.
จัสมินรักพี่เบสเลิศ
CNN.
Stay tuned.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year's Eve around the world on CNN.
The world's thought I'm Don Riddell, and this is CNN.
Beyond the election, this was a year jammed with huge news stories, which in any other time could have dominated the
วันนี้
headlines.
แต่งมาดามเลยนะแม่
For raw intensity and surprise impact, nothing topped the worst storm of the year, Hurricane Helene, striking the southern coast, then moving up and hammering North Carolina.
So much water in places that just couldn't handle it.
In the middle of the country, tornadoes slammed one community after another.
Look, this was a chaotic year.
In the window, it was just like
แม่จะเริ่มแต่งหน้า2 ทุ่มวันนี้
heat.
As NASA called this summer the hottest on record, heat waves hit and
ชุดเมื่อวานมันไม่สะกดเหรอคะหรือว่ามันสู้เขาไม่ได้ เขามีแต่ชุดมาดามแรงๆใช่ปะ
Evacuation.
out west, it was not the worst
ชุด
fire.
เมื่อวานมันไม่สะกดเหรอคะ
In California, there's so many wildfires that we can't cover them all.
So this is the kitchen. What is
It's yet another sign that climate change is real and that its impacts are being felt more and more each day.
More than 200 orbital rockets blasted off this year, bringing us, among other things, the first civilian spacewalk.
the most interesting thing was the propulsion system just coming back and sort of parking itself.
แพ้ตรงที่มันเป็นกางเก
We
งอะ
also
เนาะ
got the worst flight delay.
ก็เนยเขาสวยสับเนาะ
Took the new Boeing Starliner to the space station.
ลูกเนยเขาสวยสะกดซะขนาดนั้น
Stuck there for months.
It's like Gilligan's Island on the International Space Station. You go for a 3-hour tour and you're up there for like a year and a half.
A 3-hour tour. That was just part of the worst turbulence for Boeing, who saw a door plug blowout in flight, massive legal payouts, and a labor dispute as well.
If there's anybody that need to pay their mechanics, it's Boeing.
Worst unexpected
แม่อย่าขยับเยอะฟิลเตอร์มันหลุด
that
โอ้
was
ยหลุด
hit
ก็ห
by
ลุ
a
ดไปเถ
ship
อะ
in Baltimore and collapsed, killing 6 people. Overall, the American economy was among the best in the world. The stock market hit new highs, consumer spending and hiring remain strong, but public opinion.
I don't think most people understand what's going on with the economy. But what they do understand is their ability to put food on their table.
I think people feel about the economy however they feel about their own home.
ดาราหนวดขึ้นเยอะเวอร์
Cashing in on it.
ต้องซื้อแน่นะ
Computer chip and software giant Nvidia edged past Microsoft and Apple this fall to become the most valuable publicly traded company on earth, each worth more than $3 trillion.
It's insane. Don't you wish you got in there early on?
Other companies had the worst time. Joann stores unraveled into bankruptcy, so did Tupperware, the 99 cents only stores. Kmart closed its last major outlet.
In the course of a month in the 80s, when I was little, we would hit all of those spots. Well, we wouldn't hit Tupperware, but we'd use it.
I mean, brick and mortar. These stores are having hard times right now.
Red Lobster is on the comeback trail.
And in the worst shell game, those endless shrimp allegedly
Has changed.
The worst court time goes to Sean Diddy Combs, who's facing a storm of criminal and civil cases tied to people who say he drugged and
โอเค ครบ 30 ละ ครบ 30 นาทีละ เดี๋ยวเจอกันใหม่นะคะ ดารามาไลฟ์เปิดช่องให้